Look at what I did here. Can you see? I left my legs right here. Cuddle this box, leaning this freezer. So I don't fall. Drinking my blood. What else would I do? When my face is bleeding. And then eat it. Oh, that's probably why my blood doesn't taste that great right now. Probably because I got some grime. Some leftover face wash. Face cream. Oh, that's not eating that healthy. It's a little funny. It doesn't taste purely like iron and salt like it's supposed to. I need a little bit more salt. I need another pot of salt. Okay, it does taste like there's enough salt. I probably still have enough iron. But it probably tastes more salty than iron. It's weird. It should taste the other way around. The right balance. Yeah, no. That's just a bit of dirt. Otherwise, I like my blood. Okay, so being weird like normal. So you can just ignore the first like 2 minutes. Okay. Not helping us remember anything. We've got to stop touching our face. We're gonna move down to the sit. This is a bump. It's like a bump. I did pop something. Okay, yep. So ignore the first 2 minutes. Hope I can cut it down so it'll only be like a minute. Maybe I can cut it down. I don't remember what this video is about. We'll keep it, otherwise we'll never. Otherwise we'll stop and delete it. And we'll probably just delete everything. Okay. I know me. My face is bleeding. I'm attached to my leg. I'm sitting like this now. A little bit in the freezer. Okay. Also, I like my smell. I'm weird about that. I really like my smell. Even though I smell like crap. I like my smell. Especially if it's on my bed. I like my smell. Because I can only, like, I'll be like, oh, it smells gross. Like, it's really disgusting, like, in my room and everything. I'll be like, no, it smells perfect. Because now I have evidence by my nose. My nose is telling me that no one in my room. No one came into my room. No one was in my room. My room smells the same. It smells like me because I'm the only one who's ever been in it. So, yeah. That's an issue probably my brain doesn't want to address. Or it probably did. By letting me know a secret that I talked about in the cult video. Okay, we're talking about cult. Oh, we're gonna go down. Okay, I don't remember all of my video ideas. That's why we don't have the other phone. This is funky, dunky, dunky, doo. Oh, we're gonna talk about habits because we're bored. We didn't have to think so face. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna talk about habits again because they're like, oh, whatever. I talked about different habits I have, like picking your skin. Apparently some of it seems to just be fidgeting or whatever, and fidgeting, and I was like, yeah, I've never gotten rid of any of my habits. None of my healthy or unhealthy habits, I don't know. None of my habits have ever disappeared or gone away. We just learned what? To hide them. We knew when we can do it. We can hide it behind a book. We can use our hands to scratch instead of fidget. We can play with our pen. We can just play with our pen and tap our foot, and we can tap our foot quietly, and we do it when no one's looking, when we're by ourselves, when we're really dressed up with our friends. We can probably do it, try and do it a little bit less, but we can do it because they're safe to be around. So yeah, all my habits never went away. They never went away. We just learned to hide them. You just learn to hide them. That's all you do. You be like, okay, I can't do it around you. I'm not safe around you, but safe around me. Can do it by himself, especially since it's just what my body's going to do anyway, and I don't really notice what I'm doing, because it's a habit, just something the body does. That's something I need to think about, or I do think about. So yeah, it looks like there's a can, and it looks like a corn, and it looks like it's full, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. Sometimes it tastes sweet and good, and it has recently. But canned green beans taste like shit. And then I was like, I thought I would like beans, and I was like, liked them a lot, and I was like, I probably mostly just like them because I just covered them all in salt, and that's what I ate. I like salt, so I ate salt. Okay. Yeah, so that's my only comment. That's what I figured out, because they're like, oh, you change your habits as you grow older. Oh, and then, oh, it really annoyed me, and still does, is the whole, like, you can control shit. You know. Oh, it's a different video. Yeah, but I can't control shit. I couldn't control my life. I had very strict parents. I had abusive parents. I couldn't control my life. I couldn't control what I did at school or at home. I couldn't control anything. I couldn't control my actions. You're like, you can control yourself, though. You can control your emotions. No, you can't control your emotions. You try, and they get worse, and they blow up, and they shut up. You can't control your fidgeting. You can't control what you do. So fidgeting, you can't control that. You try and suppress it, and you hide it. But you can't control it. So you have no control. Trying to gain it as an adult, I still have no control. Getting a little bit more control of my life, but to, like, function everything, it's all just rules and things you have to do. Yeah. You control what you do in your free time, or you control what you do with your money. Not really. Yeah. I was like, only if you're rich. If you got a lot of money, then you have a lot of free time. Or you maybe don't have a lot of free time. But usually after a long time of having a lot of money, then you have more free time, and you can do whatever you want. You can hang out whenever you want. You can follow relationships. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. That is not the case. You have zero control. I have zero control. And so I crave control. They're like, but you can control your body. No, I can't. I can't control my body. I can control my life. I can control anything. I can control what I see on my phone. I can control the world on my phone. I can't control everything that happens in my mind. I can't control my emotions. I can control the worlds I imagine and the things that I create, that I write. I can control that. I can't control coloring. Because if I start it, I can't really stop. We just color for hours. Or we stare at it for hours. We're obsessed with coloring and writing. So, yeah. Oh, look at the blood. Look at the blood. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah. So 2 a.m. then. So the screen just went dark. So we can't see the pretty blood. Yeah. I don't know. I was like red. I was like, red is pretty. Oh! Idea. We're going to make one about Trans Day. Because my sister decided to pick fights with me while I was sick and dying in my bed. We're fighting over text. So she was just trying to figure out information, and she was trying to correct me. So it was just an argument. An argument without bad intentions. But if I didn't know any better, and if I didn't convince myself otherwise, seem a little transphobic. They're like, no, she's just ignorant. She's just ignorant and not aware. They're talking about in general in our lives, because not everyone who says they're trans are trans. Not that they can't be trans, or that they aren't really trans. It's just that they usually, because especially since, okay, I'll explain. Essentially, there's like a big boom and everything. They're like, oh, because they're like, oh, there's this huge percentage rise and everything, and how many people identify as trans and everything. I was like, yeah. I was like, but the actual number of how many people are trans or whatever is a little bit lower than that, but it has still increased. But it's just a little bit lower because it's gotten a little more attention, and we're just like, oh, this might be an issue, but we're not saying it is the issue. And people, like, take some time and they figure it out, and they're like, oh, maybe I'm non-binary, maybe I just like to dress differently, maybe it's something else. Because it could be anything, and you're like, oh, this is one of the options, and so they picked it, and like, oh, but it might be seen as like a phase. Because I was like, it's kind of a phase, because you mostly just identify as queer, or LGBT, and it could be any of the letters, and you just have you just spend, it takes a couple years to figure out where you fit. Because before that, you're like in hardcore denial. You're like, no, I can't be any of this. And then you're like, maybe, and then you're like, yeah, I'm something's different here. And then you're like, oh, maybe I'm trans or whatever. Or maybe I'm bisexual. And then after you figure that out, you experiment and you learn and you figure it out and you learn more about it. And you're like, oh, what is this? What are people who can relate? Let's find like a support group. Let's talk to other people. Let's figure out what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, that's the next video.